We smoking filtered crack, you stupid piece of shit.
Yo, what's up guys? It's Tarm here. I know it's been a while, and I know that I look a tad different, and I also know that I said that I would never do this kind of bullshit. I said that I would never become a PNG tuber, but here I am. At least my editing's better than all of them. But I'm here to talk about KingCobraJFS. Well, fucking obviously. But more importantly, I'm here to talk about the viewership, the community, the Cobraverse, the trolls. Whatever you want to call us, that's what we are, you know. And I wanted to talk about the various reasons on why people actually watch Josh, and like what really like intrigues you and like brings you in. So I wanted to give a brief history, and I'm gonna be completely honest, like I always am. So I am fairly, like, I guess, quote-unquote, fairly new to Josh. So let me explain my little brief history here. I used to, whenever I browse, like, 4chan and stuff, I would see random pictures and things, like, of him, like a posted there. I thought they were funny at the time, and, like, I would not see them all the time, but, like, frequently enough where, like, I memorize his face. And, I mean, shit, like, I mean, it's hard not to whenever you look like Josh. It's, like, hard not to, like, have that, like that memory stained right into your brain, you know? But I would see these pictures around, and maybe about 8 years ago, maybe, like, give or take, or something like that. Then I found him about, like, 2 or 3 years later, and actually like subbed to his channel. I was like, wait, who the fuck is this? Wait, this is actually like a thing. This is an actual like lolcow. I was like, oh shit, this is sweet. I wasn't really keeping track. I would watch some of his videos, and I was subbed, but I didn't actually like really watch him or like get into him. But about 4 years ago, I think it was like a noodle video or something that I saw that like really intrigued me back into it, and like I full on like absorbed it. So like I am the way I am. I am Tarman, and whenever I get into something, I like make it a part of my like regimen, or like I get really enthusiastic about it. Like I really enjoy fandoms. I like spurging about that shit. I love speculating. That's what I like. I love the, like, creative aspect of the community. The creative aspect is, like, what drew me in. And, like, that's what, like, somewhat, like, inspired me on, like, the way that I edit now. But anyway, I'm sorry if I got a little bit off track there. I just wanted to give you a brief rundown on, like, how I got into Josh. But yeah, for the last, like, 4 years, I've been watching him pretty consistently. Even if I used to, like, still watch him back then, but I've taken out the time of day to like research things or to like be like spurgy about it. So but anyway, that's my brief history about Josh. But I wanted to talk about the reasons on why people watch him. So there is a category of people, I would say that broadest example, and it's usually the example that gets brought up all the time, is that normally people like relate to Josh in some way or another. They're either past alcoholics, they either did like worse drugs and like it fucked up their brain, they're either like a NEET that like isn't doing a lot with their life, just like Josh is. They like relate to him, they like sympathize with him. And like I always found that interesting, that like subsection of people. And like I used to think that it was the majority of people, but over the past like year, that's my opinion on that has changed by just like engaging with more people behind the scenes, hearing about their life and stuff like that. But I still believe that there is a subsection of people that sympathize with him to like a small degree. Like I'm not even like calling them like Josh or like calling them losers or like trying to like degrade them. I'm just saying that, like, that's how they feel. Then there was a subsection of people that legitimately hate Josh. They legitimately want him to die. And even within that group, there isn't a lot of people that actually want him to die. But I think that they would still laugh at it. They would still make fun of it. I don't think that they would, like, rejoice or anything. Or, like, throw a goddamn, like, Discord party about it. Well, okay. A Discord party maybe, but, like, you know, like, they're not gonna, you know, like, go out of their way to, like, make it a big deal. But at the same time, I do think that it's an issue. And I think it needs to be addressed more. Well, actually, realistically, it just needs to be ignored. Because it is being ignored, for the most part. I mean, besides my bitching on stream and all my videos, obviously. I've realized this for, like, a long time. For, like, a long time. Because, like, I've been around, but, like, people legitimately hate, like, the mentally disabled. Like, just, like, some people just do, and, like, I don't get that. Like, that just has never made sense to me. But anyway, there's that group. Then there's, like, the boomer group of, like, they're a little bit older, they're mature, but at the same time, kind of, like, man-children, like, goonery, you know? They, like, sympathize or empathize or whatever the fucking word you want to use, with Josh to a certain extent, but, like, in more of a, like, forgotten son type thing, where, like, they feel like they want to be his dad, to a certain extent, and help him. And, like, there are some examples of this, of whenever Josh was in the first Discord, Josh would talk to a group of people, that were in there, and from what I'm assuming, based on the people that I heard were there, they were, like, a lot older. You know, not, like, fucking ancient, but, like, you know, like, 30s to, like, 40s or whatever. And from all I hear is that they had the best intentions. They tried to help Josh, and, like, it's funny, because, like, that subsection of group that I'm talking about is actually, like, really, like, bitter now. And I'm not even saying this to, like, downplay them. Like, I agree with them. Like, I'm already getting to that point, and they've been in this a lot longer than I have. But anyway, like, they have this, like, bitterness towards Josh, and, like, a lot of them don't really keep up with his content. A lot of them don't really, like, I mean, like, they will occasionally comment. They'll, like, keep up to, like, a small degree, but, like, they won't watch an actual, like, full-length stream like I would, for example, on my streams. But anyway, like, a lot of those people have, like, slowly fallen out. They don't think it's, like it was anymore. And I found that interesting, because, like, I came back right when it was getting really worse again. It's funny to think that there are people that watch Josh that just think that it was always like this. That, like, don't remember the, pipe thoughts, that don't remember the food vlogs at Wendy's. They don't remember him, like, riding his bike, or, like, the deer encounter, or, like, things like that. Like, they don't even know the concept of that. Like, they just know Josh was, like, a full-on drunk. And it's like, sure, Josh was always somewhat of a boozer, but, like, back then, he was a person. Now he's just a husk. Like, he's just an absolute husk. And then, there was another subsection that I think I'm gonna group them together. I think I'm gonna group the pay pigs and, like, the TikTok cucks together, because I feel like there's a large overlap in, like, the more recent donations over the past, like, year that he has been on TikTok. His numbers and his donations have, like, largely increased. How do I put this in the best way possible? How do I have the best optics here? Because, you know, guys, I always have the best optics. How do I describe these people? They're complete dipshits, dude. Like, especially the fucking pay pigs. Like, I hate glass tapping, but I will bend over a little bit and will admit that I do like certain forms of glass tapping. Like, I do. Like, I think it's funny sometimes, not all the time. Like, I generally think, like, some of the DoorDash stuff is funny. I think him getting the glitter bombs was absolutely hilarious. Like, simple things like that, more creative things, like him getting the letter. Like, I like that stuff, but I absolutely hate the like nonsensical trolling that they seem to be up to on a constant basis. Like, dude, don't text him. Like, please don't text him. Like, I get it. Sometimes it's funny or whatever, and like, I don't get the reason, because like some people seem to just not care, you know, whatever. Like, they're gonna poke the bear, they want a reaction, so they can go back to the subreddit and go like, oh, look at me, guys, I'm a cuck. You know, like, some people enjoy being cucks, you know? I'll never understand it, but hell, fuck me. Then there's people that seem to genuinely actually care about Josh, that still talk to him, that try and engage with him in a meaningful manner. And I will admit that happens, but at the same time, I still don't think it's good, because like, I can twist most moral arguments that they throw at me if I were to say this is bad. Like, I know I could, mostly because like, for starters, you are like inflating his ego by even engaging with him at all. That's number one. Number two, like, especially if you're a woman, like, you're just an idiot, I think, because like, I've talked to some women that have talked to Cobra, and they all say they felt bad and they wanted to give him confidence. And I'm like, dude, false confidence isn't confidence. Like, whenever you do that, that's unhealthy. Like, that's gonna hurt him. Like, normally I'm not gonna sit on my high horse and say, you're like really hurting him by doing this.
You sure about that?
Or whatever. It's just frustrating, because usually their arguments are that they care. But if you really cared, you'd leave him alone. Because there's nothing that we can do. That isn't our job. That's Clint's job. That was Josh's mom's job, but she fucking did drugs and fucked up her life, and fucked up Josh's too, and fucked up Clint's. These aren't our choices to make. And like, I do think that they have good intentions by doing these things. I genuinely think they do. But at the same time, I think it's like it's almost hypocritical, because there isn't a proper way to interact with him. And especially, there isn't a proper way to interact with him without him being ungrateful and without him fucking you over completely up the asshole. I've heard stories after stories of people who say that like, Josh was never grateful, Josh never said thank you even, Josh was even like somewhat hateful afterwards towards me. That's the thing, it's like, Josh didn't let people edit for him, mostly because like, he wanted it to be his, but he also didn't want people to outdo him. Like, just like small little things like that. And like, I know I'm going on a long rant, and I'm basically done with the rant, I guess. I wanted to cover each individual group and kind of give my overall opinion. As like, time has gone on, I find myself very bored of Josh. And I find myself actually like caring about the quote-unquote Cobra-verse. Like the side characters, like Crystal, even smaller side characters that I doubt my own audience would even know. Stuff like that, the fan art, the videos, the like creative people, like that's what I like about this shit. Like that's why I'm a content creator, I guess. Like that's why I make these videos. And going forward, I really want to talk more about the Cobra-verse. I want to talk more about like certain different characters that are in this universe. I think it would be really interesting. And obviously, I want to do more like mini documentaries on certain other like lolcows that I follow. And now that I'm fully set on this aesthetic, like I've decided this is where I want to go for my channel, especially with my new avatar. But yeah, I'm back, and I just wanted to say that I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of the fan art that I've gotten. Like that, like it fucking blew me away. Like I appreciate all the positive comments. Like I appreciate every single thing. But anyway, guys, I'm Tarman, the Starman, served in Vietnam, man, and I'm gay, man.
Come out to the coast, we get together, have a few laughs.